Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoyim La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yah Hanan the Wap, just coming at you with another quick lesson and praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And just wanted to touch on something that Elder Malcolm from the GMS Chicago camp always go into, just with this, everything that's going on with this Israeli, because they're not Israelites. You know what I'm saying? You'll never hear them calling themselves an Israelite. And I actually asked this question in Chat GPT. But one of the first I only asked two questions. The first question I asked was, were Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob Jewish? Now, that's something that the elder of GMS Chicago would always go into, because they were not called Jewish, but these Americans, just Christians in general, they would actually think that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob were called Jewish because of the people that's over in the land of Israel calling themselves Jewish. But that word Jewish goes off into Judah, which was the fourth son of Jacob. So Jacob wouldn't have been called a Jew because his fourth son was called Judah, and that's where you pretty much get that term Jewish from, where it's supposedly a shortening of Judah. But a lot of people don't even know that. Christians don't even know that. The average Christian don't even know that there's 12 sons, that there's 12 tribes of Israel, and not just this one Jewish people that's just calling themselves Jewish. You'll never hear these people talk about where the other 11 tribes are. You don't hear them talking about Zebulon, Asher, Reuben, Naphtali. You'll never hear them talking about those tribes, because they got the world stuck on stupid with the Jewish doctrine, so to speak. But I asked, were Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob Jewish? It says, good question. And the answer depends on what we mean by Jewish, because they're about to give you the aspects of what's really going on. See, this Chat GPT with a lot of this AI stuff is really telling on Esau as being the wicked that they are, and it's exposing all the lies that they tell. Because all you have to do is ask. You have to kind of ask specific questions, though. You can't just, you got to kind of word things, in a specific way, because Chat GPT is sneaky too, the way that they have the program set up. But if you ask basic, simple questions and it's to the T, you're pretty much going to get a good answer from this program. But it says the term Jew and Judaism didn't exist. See, there's the truth right there. It didn't exist during the time of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So what's with this Jew and Judaism? This is some shit that they made up. These are made up terms, because they're quoting Bible. Matter of fact, how I ended up putting this in was, those Israelis with the strike in Iran, they call that, what do they call it? Operation Operation Lion, something. It was something biblical. Because, I remember, matter of fact, let me see. I'll go back. Let me see. I might be able to find it. Go into this history real quick. It was something they called it Operation. Oh, it's called, Israel takes the name of Iran operation from Bible verse. This was in Rutter's Rising Lion. See? So when I asked, the Chat GPT, and it says the expression comes from verses 23, 24 of the book of Numbers in the Bible. Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion and lift up himself as a young lion. He shall not lie down until he eat the prey and drink the blood of the slain. Well, okay, well, the other Israelites were back there then. What, is it just you Jewish people? Where are the other 11 tribes at? Because in this particular passage, this was all 12 tribes. So where the other, how are you the 12 tribes? You'll never hear them say we're the 12 tribes of Israel. Never. But they have the world so stupefied. It's like a spell, or magic over the world that really has a lot of people thinking that these are the people of the scriptures, man. That these are the people that came out of Egypt, and they're not. You're converts, man. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so it says, let me read on further. It says, The verse is part of a first oracle of Balaam, a non-Israelite prophet and diviner, where he foretells the strength and power of Israel, comparing it to a lion that would not rest until it has satisfied its hunger. See? So these people are using the scriptures as if they're the people, and they're not. That particular Bible verse right there is pertaining to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You are the children of Israel. These people don't fit the prophecy. You know what? Matter of fact, let me see. I may not still have it in here, but let me see here. Yeah, right here. Check this out. I put in, has the Tel Aviv Pride Parade been canceled? It says, yes, the Tel Aviv Pride Parade for 2025 has been canceled. The main reason cited is escalating security concerns following Israel's military action against Iran. That's enough. The point that I wanted to get is, why are you even having a pride parade there? If you're the holy people, you're in the Holy Land, having dudes slapping up against each other in the Holy Land with this parade, and they still gonna do something. It's not like they're just gonna up the parade is over. No, these weirdos are gonna show up, and they're gonna be using that Diddy baby oil. Come on, come over in the Holy Land. But these are the people that supposedly be the children of Israel that's using these Bible scriptures. This shit is retarded, bro. And this is what it's embarrassing, actually, man. But see, people are starting to realize and note that they're not the people, and it's breaking some ground. It's generating a little steam. People getting the idea like these can't be the people, but they have so much power, man. Media wise, they have so much money. They run the world. So whether you believe that they're the people or not, it don't even matter no more, because they've conquered what they need to conquer to actually say, no, we're the people. And if you're saying we're not, that's anti-Semitic. Anyway, let's just read on. It says the term Jew and Judaism did not exist during the time of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Number one on the list, Abraham. He is referred to as a Hebrew, Genesis 14:13, not a Jew. That's right. He lived before the formation of the Israelite tribes. There you go. There's another point. God made a covenant with him, promising to make his descendants into a great nation. Genesis 12:15 and 17. Number two on the list, Isaac and Jacob, also called Hebrews or patriarchs of Israel. Jacob is later renamed Israel, or Yasha-Allah in the Hebrew tongue. So his name was changed to Israel. That's Genesis 32 and 28. And his 12 sons become the 12 tribes of Israel. You think the average American know that? You think the average Christian know that? Some of them might be able to. Some of these little theologian preachers, they might be able to tell you. But a lot of their congregants are stupefied, man, when it comes to stuff like that. They don't know. They've been hearing Jewish for so long. They just really believe that. And they actually give money. These churches, they come up with, they tithing and offering every Sunday, Wednesday, whenever. You know what I'm saying? They sending money to Israel to go along with the American federal package that they sending billions to these people for. So they're getting money from these churches over here that really believe that these are the people, man, and they're just being duped. They're being duped. And if you get to telling them about it, they don't get it. They don't even want to get it. You can show them the facts. You can show them all the receipts. And that shit is just not going to penetrate with them. And really, overall, it's because Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has blinded them, man. Okay, it goes on to say, and that's a good point right there. Let me read that point back again. Jacob is later renamed Israel in Genesis 32:28. And his 12 sons become the 12 tribes of Israel. Matter of fact, let's get Genesis 32 and 28 real quick. We can just read it out. Okay, Genesis 32 and 28, it says, and he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and has prevailed. And this is going off into, if you're familiar with the story where he wrestled with the angel, so to speak, right? But let's go off into this word, his name, Israel, real quick. Let's see. So let's get Jacob real quick. Jacob is Yahweh, heel catcher. That is supplanter. That's what his name meant at first. The Israelites, patriarch, Jacob. H6117. A primitive root properly to swell out or up, usually only as a denominative from the seeds by the heel. Okay, so now let's see what his name went from supplanter, basically, or heel grabber, to Israel. Let's see what Israel is, and that's Yasharallah, not Yisrael. Like how they be saying, because there's no letter J, E, O, U, or V in the Hebrew alphabet. That's another thing. They're speaking Yiddish, which is German Slavic, with Hebrew characters. They're not even actually speaking Hebrew, and people don't know that. It's a lot of these people are imposters on every level. Okay, but it says his name, he will rule as God, a symbolical name of Jacob, also typically of his posterity, Israel. So basically, he will rule as God, princes of the power. We're going to rule as princes of the power on this planet, man. As soon as the Lord comes, man, power is going to be reverted back to the rightful owners of this planet. The reason why the earth is all out of whack and shit is all bullshit, everything is bullshit here, it's because you got children running the earth. These are complete madmen that's running the earth, man. They constantly keeping up wars. Though they have the power within their hands, they have the money, the might to have peace, but they don't know how to do that because the Lord didn't create them that way. The Lord created these people to be the wicked, man. Well, let's see what else they have in here. The third point, PowerPoint that's on this hookup is the tribe of Judah. One of Jacob's sons is the origin of the term Jew. There you have it. The tribe of Judah, which is the fourth son, right? Matter of fact, let's put in here his name, right? And you're going to see that the true name of the Lord is within the name of Judah. Let me just put in Judah. We're going to get it where it first pops up at. Genesis 29:35. And this is going off into our foremother, happening. Genesis 29:35. And she conceived again and bare a son. And she said, now will I praise the Lord. That's what his name means. That word, the name Judah, goes into praising of the Lord, basically. Therefore, she called his name Judah and left bearing. So now let's get the name Judah. Let's see what it is. Because there was no letter J back then. So what you would see these Israelis, they say Yehuda. But his name is Yahweh. And it goes off to celebrate it. Also, the name of 5 Israelites, also of the tribe descended from the first and of his territory. From H30:34, let's see what that is. Literally to use, that is, hold out the hand, physically to throw a stone, an arrow at or away, especially to revere or worship. Yep, that's pretty much what it's going into. With extended hands. Yep. Yada. Yada. But that's what his name means, Yahweh. It's Yahweh, not Judah, because there was no letter J. The letter J was invented in 1524. We have to always bring that out. Now, you can Google it. You can AI it. You can chat GPT. Just ask, when was the letter J created? It's going to give you the information. 1524 by a grammarian named Giorgio Trissino. And it's going to let you know that, before that letter was being used, the letter I was being used. So the history is all there. That's why the scripture says to show thyself, to study and show thyself approved. You have the burden, or you have to do the work. You have to study, like the Church of Berea, as time goes on, you learn more and more every day. You're supposed to be growing every day. It's not like, you're going to know 100% of, everything, but we do have the 100% truth of this truth. It's not like, okay, I can tell you, how actual big the damn earth is, or the sun is, how many stars really there. We're not saying that we have all knowledge like that, but we do have the 100% truth of these scriptures as far as who's the Israelites, who's going to be saved. This is about the elect of Israel. Those people over there are imposters, who the Edomites are, things of that nature, the roundabout of the scriptures. We know by faith that these things are true, man. And the Lord has opened up our our spirit, through the Holy Spirit, what I'm saying, has taught us these things through our leaders, man, our apostles, bishops and elders, man. So we have to bring these things out because a lot of people don't know this stuff. And see, this man is being revealed in these last days. Let me get that real quick, because that's really what's happening. Amalek is the top tribe of the Edomites, because that's who's running the earth right now. The damn Edomites, man. Let's get that 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So the man of sin, the son of perdition, is being revealed right now. Right? This man is being revealed on a high level too, and it's beautiful because he has Amalek, these so-called Israelites, or these Israelis, how they're interconnected with Babylon the Great, which is the so-called white man here. All those are Edomites. Now, it just so happened that the Lord has set up another set of Edomites, which are those Russians, to pretty much take America down, which is Babylon the Great. These are all Edomites. These are all the same people. The scripture describes Esau as being red. And the Lord can't come until this man is revealed. Now, everybody all over the planet is starting to point the finger at this guy like, look at this man. We see what the problem of the earth is now. All over social media, all kinds of TikTok videos, all kinds of news articles. You know what I'm saying? It's like, everybody's starting to see like, y'all the problem. Everybody can see that shit. Matter of fact, I'm not sure if ChatGPT does it now. But when ChatGPT first dropped, or when it first came out, and it asks, pretty much overall, how could you make the world, pretty much overall be at peace? And it gave an answer as to these people got to be gotten rid of. That's the only way. And then they ended up reprogramming some shit. So it is what it is, man. Verse 4, it says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he is God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Here you go. You got the heathen then took over the Bible, whitewashed all the images, and made himself the image of the Father in heaven, the Son, because when you Google even the prophets, you can Google Mary, you can Google Adam, you can Google Eve, you can Google the prophet Jeremiah. I don't give a fuck who you Google when it comes to that Bible. It's going to be a so-called white man popping up. And they know full well the children of Israel were dark melanated people. This is the trickery and the witchcraft and sorcery that they pulled over the world. The scriptures even describes the Lord as being a dark melanated man. But they push this white Jesus, a blonde hair, blue eyed white Jesus throughout the earth. And see, those Israelis over there, they don't give a shit because they're not the real people. They don't care that this blonde hair, blue eyed white. And it's crazy. These Christians, they put together all this money to send over there to these people, and they worship these people, and they're so behind these people. And these motherfuckers don't even like the damn, even this idol that you call white Jesus, they hate. They don't even, they hate that. Hey, if you get into their Talmud and what they really be saying about who you call your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, they hate his ass. Straight up. But anyway, let's move on. Let's see what else was in here. Yeah, it says the tribe of Judah, one of Jacob's sons, is the origin of the term Jew. So were they Jewish? Not in this formal sense. Of course they wasn't. They lived before Moses and the giving of the law, the Torah, which these people don't keep none of the Torah, man. The nation of Israel, the kingdom of Judah, from which Jews derive, but they are the founders of the Jewish people and central to Jewish identity. See, this is all some shit they made up. It says cultural and religious view. In Judaism, Abraham is called Abraham Avinu, our see. None of that shit is even, those letters are not even in the Hebrew alphabet. Anyway, the overview is none of them was called that. It says, bottom line, no, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob weren't Jewish in the latter, technically, sense of the word, but they are considered the founders of the Jewish people. Nope, they're not. That's some shit that these people came up with. They're not the founders of the Jewish people. They are the founders of the Israelites. See? He had 12 sons, and again, you would never hear these people mention none of the other 12 sons. Never. Never. You would never hear them. You would never hear them mention the tribe of Gad. Where's your brother Gad at? Yeah, man, come on, bro. Okay, so I asked the next question. Why do they call themselves Israelis and not Israelites? Great question. The difference between Israeli and Israelite is mostly about time period, identity, and context. Number one, Israelite, ancient term. Hey, it's still the same thing today. Why would they not? If you calling yourself Israeli, what's so hard about calling yourself an Israelite? It's only 3 more letters, or 2 more letters actually. So what but it says refers to members of the ancient people of Israel, especially those descended from the 12 tribes of Jacob. Israel, right? The term is used throughout the Hebrew Bible, Old Testament. Examples: Israelites in Egypt under Pharaoh, Israelites wandering in the desert, kingdoms of Israel and Judah before exile. Now we just read that that in the article that they used the verse in the book of Numbers, acting as if they were the Israelites. So why aren't they calling themselves Israelites today? Again, it's only 2 letters off. All they had to do was add the T and the damn E on the back end of Israeli. You got Israelite. What's so hard about that? Because these people know, man. It says Israelite is a historical, ethnic, religious identity tied to the ancient nation of Israel. That's what an Israelite is. And they know that they're not tied ethnically to that name. These people are from Abraham, Isaac, and Esau, not Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. Number 2, it says Israeli, modern term, refers to citizens of the modern state of Israel, founded in 1948. There's a huge difference in between an Israelite and an Israeli. It's going to tell you right here. It says includes people of many backgrounds, not just Jews. Well, ethnically, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, which his name was changed to Israel or Yasha, those are all Israelites, man. Hebrews. Now, you got other Hebrew nations. But when Jacob's name was changed to Israel, his 12 sons are the Israelites by DNA, ethnically. Not other people mixed in there. Right? So it says includes people of many backgrounds, not just Jews, Jewish Israelis, Arab Israelis, Muslims, Christians, Druze, other minorities, Circassians, Samaritans, etc. Who are all these people? So that's the state that's over there. So it's almost like, it's Chinese Americans, Japanese Americans, Puerto Rican American, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? There's people that live in the continent here of the Americas, and they're considered to be Americans, even though they got a whole nother ethnic background. But they're all considered to be Israelis. It's crazy, bro. Okay, it says Israeli is a modern political and national identity like American or Canadian. Why not use Israelite today? Yeah, that's what I say. Because it's only 2 letters off. All you got to do is add the T and the E. It says Israelite sounds ancient. Okay, well, Israeli, it's only 2 letters off. That sounds ancient too, don't it? It's associated with biblical times. Modern Israel is not a tribal confederation. It's a modern democratic nation state. It's telling you right there, these people have created some shit. Inclusivity. Not all Israelis are descendants of Jacob. Some are not Jewish at all. Well, there you have it. Incredible, bro. Language. In Hebrew, they have Yisraeli, and that's in that Yiddish, man. I'm telling you, that's why Germans can understand what they're saying, because overall they're speaking German. Okay, so pretty much, and they have the summary on it. Well, that was pretty much it. They telling on themselves right here. It's telling you not all Israelis are descendants of Jacob. Some are not Jewish at all. There you have it, man. So I just wanted to touch on this. It was just kind of like my mind was spinning. You get to meditating on the scriptures, man. It's like things your spirit get to moving on you to do certain things. So, I just wanted to just chop it up on this, because them using Bible scriptures like this. Oh, no, that's it. And then this shit right here, too. The Tel Aviv Pride Parade has been canceled because of this so-called strike on Iran. How the fuck you, the holy people, and prophetically you going back into the land? That's supposed to have fulfilled that prophecy, and you got booty shakers over there. I'm talking, they nasty too. If you've ever looked, it's a sight, bro. It's something that men you shouldn't see, man, with your eyes, man. Nastiness. Going hard body over there, man. Okay, but again, they use that verse in Numbers, man. Behold, verses 23 and 24. But man, come on, bro. Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion. Well, what people? The Israelites. Not just one tribe. It's going to be all 12 tribes. Crazy, bro. Insane. Anyway, though, I mean, you get it, man. We all know that these people are not the people, and it's only a matter of time, man. It's only a matter of time. That bastard dwelling in vexes you, man. The bastard over there in Ashdod, just over there with the nastiness going on, talking about they the people, doing all this stuff that they've been doing, man, throughout the world since they've been there. Come on, bro. Anyway, with that, pray that this lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashala in the Bible Ball.